What's up, guys? Welcome back to Dual Sport, and today this video is about something that I never thought that I would do as a connoisseur of motorcycles. And I always thought, why would you do this? But you know, now that I'm a moto vlogger and I'm putting myself out there in the world, I thought that I would give this product a try. And what is that product? Well, today I went all in on quad lock. I did the whole gamut of quad lock products, and I'm going to actually mount a cell phone on my motorcycle. Now, in theory, like, okay, isn't that dangerous, right? Some people might think, you know, you're supposed to be keeping your eyes on the road, and now I've got a phone sitting in front of me, right? So, but there's lots of different uses, I think. Now, I'm going to be putting it on my Tracer 9 GT today, and the thing about the GT Plus is that it actually has phone capability. So I can actually, if I get a phone call coming in or I've got music, I can actually see that on my display screen. But if you are traveling somewhere, which this is why I bought the bike, is for touring, I might want like navigation, and I don't want to subscribe to the Garmin thing and go through the screen. I'd rather just have it separately on a phone, and if I get a phone call coming in or whatnot, I can see what's on the playlist, and you know, I can see that stuff on my screen. But I thought I would give the quad lock a try, and I pretty much went all in on this. I got everything that quad lock has. Now, quad lock's not paying me to do this. My channel's not big enough, unfortunately, for that yet. Okay, we're working there. But I just want to cover some of the things that I got. First and foremost is the mount itself. Okay, the mount is what goes on the handlebar, and I've got that thing. I also went with the wireless charging system. Okay, the wireless charging system is kind of cool because it's going to lock in there when the phone locks in and charge my phone as I'm riding. And you know, we could always use a little bit more charge on our phone. I also got the Vibration Dampener, okay, which we're going to put on there as well. And for the case, I just upgraded to a new phone, and I went with the Galaxy 25 Ultra. Yes, I'm an Android guy. I don't do the iPhones. It's not a big deal. And I also got the waterproof poncho that goes along with that. So just in case it's raining outside, I can throw this poncho right over the phone and it protects the phone. So I got the whole gamut of the products from Quad Lock, and it took about a week to get here. This whole setup's about $200, honestly. It's expensive. However, I'm gonna give it a whirl, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. It's not a big deal. I also went in and I got a quad lock for my mountain bike, so I can click it right into place, and I'm probably going to get one for my car, and I'm just going to give it a whirl and see how it goes. So we're going to do a quick unboxing on these products, and then I'm going to go down and we're going to put it on my bike. Now, I mentioned that I got a new phone. I didn't need a new phone, but you know, I decided to get a new phone because this case is like 40 bucks, and I figured, if I'm going to buy a new case, why put it on my old phone and then down the line have to get a new phone? So I'm going to get the maximum life out of my phone and this case, and I like the phone. It's a good phone. So so let's go right to the unboxing of this, and I'll talk to you. We'll look at what the products, how they come in the box, and then I'm going to show you how to put them on the bike and the configuration of these. You have to configure these a certain way to get the wireless charging and the vibration dampener and everything on there. And so I'll talk briefly about that. But I'm super excited because honestly, I've had these for like 2 weeks, okay, or better. And when you work a full-time job and you're motovlogging, you got to find time to create the videos, and I just haven't had the time. But today's the day. We're going to install the quad lock on the Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus. I'm super stoked about it. Let's get right to the unboxing. Here we go. Okay, guys, so first things first is the Handlebar Mount Pro. this is the main piece that mounts to your handlebars. As we pull this out, you can see that we've got a whole array. We've got the actual locking piece here. We've got the part that mounts to the handlebar, and it looks like it comes with a couple different rings for different sizes of handlebars. Next is going to be the wireless charging system. This is weatherproof, it says, which is interesting. This is the wireless charging bit, and it does come with the cables and a tool as well. So this thing's pretty sweet. It looks like this is the piece, and it looks like it's got the USB port at the bottom there. I don't know if you can see that. So that's going to go on, and this is going to provide wireless charging while I'm riding. And next is the Vibration Dampener. It's got a tripod, sort of a vibration thing, these little cushiony guys in there, so that's going to mount in there. Looks pretty cool, and it looks like it's got these locking teeth in there, which is how this is all going to go together. So that is the Vibration Dampener. And then I did get the cell phone. I already put the cell phone on the case on the phone. Now, I did this right away when I got a new phone. I put a screen protector on, and I went and I put the case right on. I actually waited to get my new phone until I got the case, but you can see that it has the quad lock bit right here. Also has space for the camera section here, which is cool. And then apparently you can get different colored rings. I almost spent like another 15 bucks or so on a ring, but I thought, who looks at the back of their phone? And then last is going to be the weatherproof poncho. Really nice. Gosh, this is a good quality rubber on this. It's got space, looks like, that you can actually hit your buttons and stuff. Another extra protection on the back for your camera. Very cool, very cool. I'm excited to use this. Well, I'm not excited to be out in the rain on my bike, but if I am, I just throw this guy on there, and that's going to give me the protection. So that is the products that I have. Now we're going to go downstairs. Right down here in the showroom, I've got my bike, and we're going to attach this and put it all together. Here we go, guys. Let's do this. Okay, guys, so it's been a bit of a battle over the last hour or so, figuring this thing out, just trying to get the adjustments just right. So I saved you the boredom of me futzing with this thing, and I got it all kind of dialed in, and then I'm going to show you right here in a video. So first things first was the handlebar positioning. I wanted to put it up here farther on my bars, but I have a tapered bar. It starts at 1 1/8, and then it goes down to like less than 7/8, it seems like, or slightly bigger than 7/8, which made it difficult to put these little guys on. You get these bits right here that go over the bars, and then the clamp goes over this. So I settled with going on the big part of the bar, which is the 1 1/8 piece right down here, which it still worked out okay. Now, also, in the process of doing this, this piece on top here is actually loose when you unscrew this. Be careful if you're doing this and you're setting it up, because what I did was I unscrewed this to make an adjustment, and this piece fell down into on top of my radiator, down in this abyss down here, and I had to take this plastic piece off. Oh my goodness. I thought I was cooked for a second. Thankfully, it was right there, and I got it out. So be careful if you're making adjustments with this. Now, I'm going to show you what I had to do on the adjustment portion here to get this just right. But one thing I want to point out is that the wiring is that Quad Lock actually gives you three different lengths of wiring. They give you a couple of these different lengths. I went with the shortest one, thankfully, so that I didn't have to do a lot of tying. They also give you a bag with zip ties in it, which is pretty cool. So I pretty much have it all set up, and I'm going to show you guys this. But one thing, that when you put this wireless charging piece on, you're going to take off this. It comes with this. You're going to take this thing off of the mount, and this goes in its place. And you're going to use the sides of this wiring charging bit in place of this tab. So you actually just push this down, and that actually releases your phone. So let's talk about what I had to do for adjustment purposes. I had to make sure that I had the right adjustment between the shock mount and this piece right here, but it's all set up, and then I ran the wiring, the USB, right down through the line here, and I zip tied this off, which I'm going to cut off this excess, but I just attached it to some wiring. And make sure that when you do this, you leave some length here at the end, because as you turn your bars side to side, you want to make sure that you're not yanking this thing out when you turn. So I made sure that I had enough when I turn my bars all the way, on the rare occasion that that happens, that I'm not yanking the USB port out of here. So once it's done, okay, we are going to turn the key on, okay? And when you turn the key on, you're going to see this light flash, and then you're going to see it turn solid blue. That lets you know that it's on. There is a power button underneath this guy, but since this is wired through the ignition, I'm just going to leave this on. And then you basically tilt this in here sideways and kind of feel out where it's setting, push it down, lock it into place, okay? And then you can see right here that it is charging. It says 3 hours and 5 minutes until full, and it's at 50% charge. So obviously this thing isn't like your fast charger at home. It is going to take a little bit while longer to charge, which is okay. All right, so that's the quad lock system. I've got it all set up. It was a little daunting in the beginning, but I got all the adjustments right. I figured it out. I made my mistakes. I corrected my mistakes. It's all working. Everything's good. I'm excited to try it out. I've got it set up just where I want it. And now it's time to go out and enjoy it. I'm gonna go out for a ride and put my helmet cam on so that you guys can see it fired up while I'm running, and then I will exit the video at that point. So let's get our gear on and let's go for a ride and check it out in action. All right, so I did want to show you guys the waterproof poncho component here that I got for the quad lock setup, and it looks like it's pretty simple. It just slides right over the top, and then it comes over and it attaches in the corner. Pretty easy. If it's raining out, it just clicks right onto place, which is going to prevent a lot of moisture if it is raining, but we are going to go without it because it is not raining. So I'm going to put this thing in the backpack and we're going to go for a ride. Let's gear up and let's go. Okay guys, so I've got my gear on, the bike started, and I just wanted to show you guys the settings that I put here. Notice the clearance, so it does not touch when I turn my handlebars. Everything looks good. Now it's time to go for a ride. Let's do this. Alright guys, so that is just about it. Got the quad lock installed. Got my cell phone on the quad lock. Got my Pandora going on. Yes, I'm listening to Creed. Don't judge. And all in all, I'm pretty happy about it. You can see that I've got the phone in place so that it's not interfering with the TFT. So it's got a nice difference here where I can see both the phone and the TFT clearly, which I think is important. But that was fun. Good install. Had a good time. Finally got this thing put on, and I'm excited. Now it's time to go out, hit the open road, and enjoy. So that's about it, you guys. Appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel, liking, leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. We'll see you guys next time from Dual Sport.